always say that the best two words in sports are Game 7, but this one between the Denver Nuggets and OKC Thunder was pretty forgettable. As always, a lot of us went into this one hoping that it would go down to the wire and we would see Aaron Gordon hit another clutch 3 or SGA get some clutch free throws to end the game. But no, it was your basic blowout game. The OKC Thunder never lifted their foot off the pedal, and I think the Denver Nuggets started booking their vacations at halftime in the locker room. But I will say, because I know history is going to erase this, at the very start of the game, and I mean very, very early on, like right after tip-off, it did look like the Denver Nuggets were going to be the ones to take the game and advance. And I don't say that because they were just leading in the score, but the OKC Thunder just looked very nervous for the moment. They were passing up good looks, trying to find even better ones, but it would end up just resulting in a worse shot. They couldn't really play defense either. You know, Jokic was getting to the line a lot of the time. And I don't even have to tell you guys, because SGA said himself in his post-game press conference that he was nervous going into this game.
I was nervous, to be honest, just knowing like what's on the line.
But obviously that didn't really last long, and I do gotta say, because I was giving him some shit for their last game, J-Dub went absolutely ballistic tonight, with his 17 points in the second quarter being the big boost that the Thunder needed to really secure the lead that they never ended up giving up or even getting close to losing in the game. It was very big for him to have that performance after what he did the previous game. Then you have SGA, who is very consistent, deserves all the flowers as well. But my God, ladies and gentlemen, you already know who I'm going to talk about. You already know what I'm going to say, who I'm going to talk about next. Alex Caruso, the bald Eagle or something. I don't know his nickname, but this guy was insane, and his numbers never really show it. Like, you have to watch the game or, you know, at least see his clips defensively to see what he did and the impact that he had. But the OKC Thunder went for this very weird, or I guess not weird, but just different small ball lineup where they had both Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren off the floor. And so who do they decide to put on Nikola Jokic? Of course, none other than Alex Caruso. I mean, it's the only guy you could put on Jokic and have it actually work. Alex Caruso ended up forcing 4 turnovers, and when he wasn't getting a turnover, when he didn't get a steal, whatever, he was still making it difficult for Jokic, whether he had the ball or not. And when it became too much for Alex Caruso to single-handedly guard Jokic, the OKC Thunder were able to collapse in on Jokic. They were able to double, triple, shit, even quadruple at times, because everybody else on the Denver Nuggets was non-existent. I mean, Jamal Murray, I know people are going to say, oh, he was sick, whatever. Okay, if he was sick, if Jamal Murray was still sick going into this game, then why the hell did he have 20-something points the game before? If you could do it in Denver, you can do it in OKC, and he didn't do it tonight. He really struggled. The only guy to really step up, at least offensively, was Christian Brown, who has definitely proven himself on this team. He is the guy that can step up in big moments, and we know that. We've seen it before. Aaron Gordon 100% deserves all the credit that he's been getting, because for you to come in and play this game on a tier 2 or grade 2 hamstring injury, absolutely ridiculous. And I saw him limping to start the game, and I thought, okay, he's gonna get subbed out. Like, there's no way he plays more of this game. He's looking hurt. He can't really do much. No, he ended up having an amazing performance, one of the best performances on the team, playing with an injury that for other guys, it would leave them out for weeks. He even said himself that if they were to advance, he would have missed at least 2 to 3 games in the conference finals, but he still stepped up and said, I need to try to make an impact tonight to win and push us forward. That is something that Aaron Gordon, enjoy having your jersey retired in Ball Arena. That was just legendary. So obviously, hope Aaron Gordon gets better soon. It's insane what he did today. As for the Nuggets as a team, congratulations for making it to the second round. To be honest with y'all, I didn't think you'd make it this far, or even, I guess, push it to a game 7, or at least like get so close to the conference finals. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of decisions and changes that they have to make this offseason. I plan on making an entire video about that. But let me take a step away from this series and talk about what we have happening right now around the league, because the conference finals matchups are finally set, and it is going to be insane either way. The Minnesota Timberwolves have 0 finals appearances in 36 years of existence. The OKC Thunder have 0 championships since relocation, with their last championship being 46 years ago as the Sonics. The New York Knicks, as we all know, haven't won a championship in 52 years, and the Indiana Pacers have never won a championship in their 49 years as an NBA franchise. So that really means that no matter what happens, no matter what we see go down in the conference finals, the NBA finals, no matter who is crowned as champion, it will be historic. And not only for the franchises and teams, you know, so they can finally end these droughts, or they can win their first championship as a team, it's also about the players. Because if we put the New York Knicks aside, every one of these teams is pretty young, or at least the star player of the franchise is. And so to win a championship this early on as the face of the team, I mean, I can't even put words together as to how crazy of a moment this is for the entire league. I mean, in the last 7 years of the NBA, we have seen 7 different champions. That is something we have never seen in NBA history. There has always been a repeat or a three-peat, whatever it is. And so no matter what happens in these conference finals matchups, it is going to be generational. It is going to be historic. And that's why, to be honest with you guys, I am not hate watching a single team in these conference finals matchups. I don't care what happens. Obviously, I care, but like, I don't have anyone that I'm rooting against. And for a majority of the playoffs, there was always a team where I was like, okay, I would, be happier if they were knocked out, or I'd want this team to win more than that team. And I really don't have to do that anymore because I'm happy with however it ends up going. Obviously, there are teams that I want to win more than others still. Like I said in my previous video, I am going to be in New York for the NBA Finals, whether the Knicks make it or not. So obviously, getting to be in New York and watching the Knicks possibly win a championship or even win a single game would be crazy. That's obviously like what I want to have happen the most. But if the Indiana Pacers make it through and win a championship, Tyrese Halliburton and, Reggie Miller's there cheering them on, that's also cool as hell. So I guess I should kind of give you guys my conference finals opinions, or how I think it's gonna go. I will say in my original playoff predictions, I had the OKC Thunder and Timberwolves as my prediction. That was my guess going into the playoffs. My Eastern Conference predictions, don't look at that. It was pretty bad. My matchup between the Thunder and Timberwolves, it might sound obvious. I have the Thunder taking it in 5 games, but I am actually going to contradict myself in that previous playoff prediction video because I do have the Minnesota Timberwolves winning in 6. That is going to be my prediction for this series. I feel like the defense that the Timberwolves have will be very tough for the OKC Thunder to get through. With Rudy Gobert's dominance in the paint, he's been having himself probably the best postseason he's had in his career. And then you also have the perimeter defenders as well. It's going to be hard for OKC to play their offense, and they struggled against the Denver Nuggets, so seeing them go up against an even better defense is going to be pretty interesting. Not saying it's going to be easy for the Timberwolves either, because they will have their fair share of struggles and strengths and things that they have to overcome, but that's what I have for the Western Conference, okay? Timberwolves in 6. And in the Eastern Conference, I do feel like the Indiana Pacers and the defense that they have had this year in this postseason has been just ridiculous, along with their offense as well. I mean, the Indiana Pacers, man, they're a good team, and everybody always underrates them and kind of, doesn't really give them the credit they deserve. My big question with their series is, what can we see from Mikal Bridges? What can we see from OG Anunoby? What can we see from Cat? Because I feel like they're a lot more inconsistent compared to the role players and team that the Indiana Pacers are. Also, do you think that the Indiana Pacers defense is better than the Celtics defense? I don't know, but I am going to say I do hope, and my prediction will be that the New York Knicks are going to beat the Indiana Pacers. I think they could take them on in 5. Maybe not. That's too like belt to ass kind of series. You know what? I'll say it right now. New York Knicks, I have you guys in 7 games against the Indiana Pacers. I want to watch more Game 7s. I didn't get enough from this shitty-ass Nuggets and fucking OKC Thunder game. It was bad. So, chat, here you go. Somewhere on the screen is my NBA Finals prediction. The Minnesota Timberwolves against the New York Knicks. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about the series between the Thunder and Nuggets, or the overall, Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals landscape. I read and respond to everybody who comments. And while you're down there, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, that would help out the channel a ton. But that being said, we're just getting less and less basketball as the days go on. I'm not ready for this season to end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.